Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday. It is the 21st of April 2022. I gotta tell you this before we start this video. You're gonna die laughing. I've been sitting here talking for about 5 minutes now, well, maybe 6 minutes, not realizing that I had not hit the record button. So I'm just talking away and all of a sudden the camera shut down, because what it does is automatically, I think at about 5 minutes, if it's not in use, it shuts down. I'm like, wait a minute, why did this shut down? I'm like, I just just switched the batteries out. Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm a genius. So you missed both Molly and you missed Lucy. I just had to put both of those guys in the house. So anyway, our weather today is crap. As you can see, we are overcast. We've had some sprinkles today and those fun, exciting things. Oh my goodness. Okay, so before we get into this video, really quickly, I wanted to tell you I'm still doing my Legacy freeze-dried food sale. So if you go to my website, preparedness1.com, you click on store, it will drop down, you will see Legacy Foods. 25-year shelf life, GMO free, is made in the United States. It is also the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. So definitely take advantage of that. We are doing a 20% off sale right now through the end of the month, because as of May 1st, there will be a price increase in the Legacy freeze-dried foods, okay? So definitely take advantage of that. So again, it is vegetarian, but there are beef and chicken options that can be purchased separately. It is also gluten options are available for people that need that, and it's a good thing to have in your long-term preps to diversify what you have. So definitely take advantage of that. All right. So anyhow, let's get into this video now for the second time, and I'll be repeating myself, but you guys don't know that. So we got all the little ceramics. Becky and Heather put them out. All our little gnomes and the frogs. We got a frog theme going here too for some reason. Between the gnomes and the frogs, that's what we got. All right, so we have talked in the past here. We've talked about food shortages, the price of food going out of control. We have talked about the gas prices and the gas prices being out of control. We have talked about, the energy itself, the fragility of the electrical grid, and how that is definitely a danger as well. But the one thing that I don't really hear anybody talking about is meds. Not a lot of talk about meds. What you also have to understand, we are the most medicated country in the world. Our country, the United States of America, takes more meds than any other country around the world, by a long shot. I actually think that we take more than anybody else combined. I could be wrong on that one, but I know that you have a country like China with 1.4 billion people, and we have 330 million people in the United States, and we take more meds than they do, and they have 4 times our number. So that just kind of puts it into perspective of how medicated this country is. All right. So with that, where do these meds come from? Well, the majority of our meds come from overseas, with the majority of them coming from either India or China. Now there's other places we also get meds all overseas, but if there was some kind of an issue and something happened, and let's say China got pissed off at us and said, we're not giving you any more meds, or India got pissed off and said, we're not giving you any more meds, we would be in a world of hurt in a hurry. And why is that? Has that happened? Well, the number one reason that has happened is because of greed. It is cheaper to have these medications manufactured overseas by countries that pay their people basically nothing than to have them made in the United States, and people actually getting a decent living out of having those making those medications. So again, those medications are all made overseas, and they're not made here anymore. So that is a huge, huge issue. So if they cut us off, we're going to be in crisis mode in a very, very short period of time. one of the things, and I've talked about this before, and I really believe that it's important, we need to go back, instead of being a consumer country, because that is what we are now, we are a consumer country. We are not a manufacturing company anymore, haven't been for quite a while. But when you have medications that are, done this way, where you're getting them all overseas because they're made cheaper. And you know what? They're not passing that savings on to you guys, just so you know. They are not passing that savings on to you. That's going right into these companies' pockets. So they're not going to say, well, since we're getting these meds made so cheap, we're going to pass that cost along to you. No, that does not happen. So, that's something to think about as well. Now, I'm going to tell you what, in this day and age, also in the United States, you are going to be very, very hard-pressed to find someone that is not on some form of a medication. When I went to the doctors, I think the last time I went to the doctors may have been maybe almost 5 years ago now, something like that. It's been a while. I generally don't go to the doctors. I just don't go. I don't get sick, so I don't go. The last thing that I had was my cancer. That's when I was 50, and so I had a few checkups from that, and did that, and then I was good to go, and I've got that clean bill of health, and so I just don't go to the doctors. It's not something that I do. It's not a regular thing that I'm like, oh my God, I got to go to the doctors. I just don't do it. But anyway, when I went to the doctors the last time, and they said, would put your list of your medications that you're currently taking. And I looked at the lady, and I said, well, that'll be easy. And she goes, why is that? I said, I don't take anything. She goes, you don't? I mean, she was shocked, that somebody my age at that point was not taking any medications. I'm still in that same boat. I take nothing. But you're not going to find a lot of people my age not taking something. When you have the system with the younger kids, okay, and I want you to think about this, guys. The system with the younger kids, if somebody is involved in social services or anything like that, or child protective is involved in all those type of things, a lot of those kids, young kids, are on all kinds of medication. For anxiety, for ADHD, they put them on Ritalin, they put them on all kinds of things. We had the neighbor girl, when I was younger, used to come over, and she would spend the night with Heather. And Heather doesn't take anything. She don't need to. She's 20 years old. And this kid was 12, 13 years old, and she was taking all kinds of medication at that time because she was in the system. And I mean, I'm talking, when I say all kinds of things, I'm talking like 8 or 9 different pills at 12 and 13 years of age, which I thought was absolutely insanity. That this kid was taking as much as she was taking. So, crazy, crazy times, but that's, I was wondering how long it was going to take him to see you. The neighbor's walking her dog down the road, and my pups hadn't seen her yet. So, but anyway, something to think about. Something to think about. And the answer in this country is take a pill. Everybody takes a pill. If you got this or that's bothering you, you're depressed. We all get depressed. We all go through things. We all lose somebody we love and we care about. But it is very, very difficult to get off of anti-anxiety meds once you're on them. And that's what they want. They want good customers. What are you doing, baby? Are you a tough guy? Isn't she beautiful? That dog is so beautiful. So, anyway, and she's happy I'm home, I can tell you that. You're okay. You're a good girl. So, anyway, so again, if they cut us off from those medications, we're going to be in a whole world of hurt really quickly, because you cannot just stop taking medication most of the time. You have to wean yourself off of medication. So, it's not like all of a sudden you can go from your daily dose of your anti-anxiety med and then nothing and everything's going to be fine. You're going to have withdrawals from that. You're going to have a lot of issues with that, because your body is now used to taking those medications for whatever you're taking. You know, I mean, and I understand there's a lot of life-saving medications out there, so I'm not criticizing that. That's not what I'm saying, all right? But what I'm saying is, if they cut us off from those medications, we're going to be in a real hurry. I think we need to go back to making and manufacturing our own goods in this country. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have you thought about the situation, what could arise if they cut off that medication supply? Is that something that you've even thought about? And I think this is an important video to discuss, to think about, to try to plan ahead for. So how do you plan ahead for those type of things? There are a lot of medicinal plants out there that can be used. You know, I would look at having other options than just taking pills all the time. You know, so just something to think about. You know, in that emergency situation, could I take something different to help alleviate the issues that I have and those type of things? It's just something to think about. I'm not telling you that you should do that. I'm just telling you should look into that. All right? So anyway, I definitely want to hear your feedback on this topic. I think it's important. You know, and again, we are so reliant on other countries. It is scary. Really, really scary. So obviously, as you can see, what we are dealing with here is a very overcast day. You can hear the generator running in the background. We got that going right now because it definitely was, you know, we ran it for quite a while, or not, we had it with no generator running for quite a while, and we literally just turned that on within the last 30 minutes to charge up the batteries. But you know, that's what happens. I mean, you know, just no sun, no power, so you got to have your alternative. You have to have your backup source. But anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. I definitely, again, I want to hear your feedback on this topic. I want to hear what you guys have to say. You know, so in the comments, please. Anyway, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we are going to be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that is going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.